All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome in to Jammin' Sports on this Friday. I just got in a little while ago. Great to have you along. We're going to kick off week number 10 of our NFL sim season for you tonight. And if it seems like deja vu, yes, we had the Raiders last night in the Sunday night game. That was not originally scheduled for the Sunday night game. You know, those get flexed. Well, the Raiders also play the Thursday night game to kick off week 10, as they'll be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders in first place in the AFC West with a 7-2 record, and they have the second best record in the AFC, one game behind the Jets, who sit at 8-1. The Kansas City Chiefs, they've been having a rough year. They're 3-6, and losers of 4 of the last 5. It's been a rough year for the Chiefs, just to put it mildly. If you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Evil Dead is now 69-43. He had quite the run yesterday. He went 3-0. And what was the point spread of those 3 games? 93 to 9 or something like that. It was just amazing. And Grando, he's 55-37. He is 18 games over 500. Evil Dead at 23 games over 500. And New England Fan is 23-24. We haven't seen New England Fan in a while. 93-9. That was something else. I've never had a 3-game stretch like that. That was just amazing last night. We had 3 blowouts, and where the losing team each time scored only 3 points. You can catch that on YouTube if you want to go check it out. All right, let's head out to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. Yes, I forgot to put that on there. You're right. 70-46. I mentioned that last night. I thought something was off, and I couldn't put my finger on it. All right, so you're 24 games over 500. All right, now let's head out to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum. For this one, the Chiefs and the Raiders here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, Oakland, California. It's the Chiefs and the Raiders. And welcome in to another NFL broadcast here at Jammin' Sports. AFC West rivals, their first meeting of the season here in Week 10. Evil Dead's going to ride the Raiders. They did well for him last night. They blew out the Seahawks 34-3. There's the kickoff, and we're underway. Raiders get the ball first. Hill from the goal line over the 15, 20, 25. And on the return, Tommy Hill, the rookie out of Nebraska, out to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Raiders will have it, 1st and 10. Led by their starting quarterback, Cam Ward, the rookie out of Miami. Just one game for you tonight. We'll be back tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern. We'll have a triple header tomorrow night. We'll get into Week 10 in earnest, but we'll at least kick it off tonight. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 28-yard line. The Thursday night game to kick off the week. Yeah, the other Cam Ward is a fool. Yeah, I know. However, the Titans are looking at him. I would say pass. 1st and 10. Ward hands off to Casey Law. And Law, no gain as the Chiefs are right there. It'll be 2nd and 10. Let's take a look at the Raiders offense. Up front, Jenkins, Graves, Reed, Patterson, and Kingston. And then it's Clymer, Law, Cousins, Siegel, and Crosland. Yeah, the Titans have been talking to him. They got the first pick. I wouldn't waste it on him. The real life Now, my Cam Ward, he's good. 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. Ward in the shotgun. Ward hands off to Cousins around the outside. And Orlando Cousins back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Once again, the Chiefs are right there. Let's take a look at the Kansas City defense. They play a 3-4. Crawford, Randall, and Banks up front. Linebackers, Schuler, Holmes, Spence, and Porter. And the secondary, Kellogg, Warner, Crosby, and Morales. 2 plays, no gains for the Raiders. It'll be 3rd and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Raiders come out 5 wide. Ward in the shotgun. 3rd and 10.
Here we go.
Ward draws back. Ward looking, rolls out, throws. Caught by Clymer. And Peyton Clymer only gets 4 yards out to the 32-yard line. Bring up 4th and 6. The Raiders go 3 and out on their opening drive. Luke Crosby on the tackle. The 6th-year safety out of UNLV. Peyton Clymer, the receiver, as he is in his 9th year out of Tennessee. Caleb Swayze back to punt for the Raiders, gets the punt away. And from the 17-yard line, bringing it back for the Chiefs, number 24, that's C.J. Wright in his 8th year out of SMU. Starting quarterback out of Washington State in his 3rd season, Jim Townsend, starting for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders went 3 and out on their opening drive. The Raiders come in at 7-2 in first place in the AFC West. Kansas City at 3 and 6 in 4th place. If not for the Texans, they'd be in last place. First and 10 for the Chiefs at their own 22. Their opening possession. 3 receivers to the near side. Townsend in the shotgun. Yeah, he can run. Manning gets the handoff. Vaughn Manning out to the 26-yard line. A gain of 4. He's 2nd and 6. Here's the Kansas City offense up front. Guerin, Carter, Truss, Brooks, and Thompson. And then it's Cooper, Anderson, Manning, Vaden, and Swift. Not Taylor, Richard. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Chiefs at their own 26-yard line. Lefty quarterbacks are fun to watch. Townsend's the lefty. On 2nd and 6 from the 26. Townsend drops back. Townsend throws, caught by Swift. Out to the 39-yard line. And that'll be a gain of 13 yards to Rashard Swift, the 8th-year receiver out of Alcorn State. And that'll be a first down for Kansas City. I just noticed on Madden 19, he's a righty. Okay. Oh, well. Well, he was a lefty on 25. He's a switch hitter. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. He can still motor. Chiefs come out in the I formation. Townsend to Manning around the outside, and Vaughn Manning out to the 40-yard line, a gain of a yard. Yeah, he was always a lefty. I wonder what happened. Here's the Raider defense. They play a 4-3. Bullock, Cripps, Hackney, and Ryan up front. Linebackers, Peyton, Snow, and Stokes. And the secondary, Law, Lasser, Jefferson, and McCorkle. I might be able to go in and change it. He'll just have to throw right tonight. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 40-yard line. Kansas City picks up a first down on the previous play. Townsend under center on 2nd down. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Vaughn Manning makes his way to the 44, the 6th year back out of Hawaii. On the tackle, number 52, Damian Snow, in his 2nd year out of Texas A&M, the linebacker. And that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs at their own 44-yard line. 5 wide for Kansas City. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend drops back. Townsend throws deep downfield. He's got a man, Graham, all the way down to the Raider 23-yard line. Trey Graham in his 5th year out of Washington. A 33-yard gain. First down, Kansas City. What a throw by Townsend. No matter what hand it is. That was a good throw. Even better catch. And the Chiefs are now deep in Raider territory. Evil Dead mentioned before we came on the Raiders might be tired. They played last night. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line. 4 wide. Townsend under center. Townsend. Play action. Watch out. He gets sacked back at the 32-yard line. On the sack, number 95. That's Alfred Bullock, the 2nd-year defensive end out of Oklahoma State. Kansas City right now has more total yards in this game than the Seahawks did all last night against the Raiders. Seattle ended the game with 42 total yards. Just 42. That's amazing. The Raider defense was on fire last night. 2nd and 18 for the Chiefs back at the 32-yard line. Townsend under center. Townsend throws underneath, caught by Swift. Out to the 21-yard line. A gain of 11. Make it a gain of 10. It'll be 3rd and 8. Rashard Swift in his 8th year out of Alcorn State. Damian Snow on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs at the Raider 21. 4 wide for the Chiefs. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend draws back. Townsend looking, rolls out, and he gets taken down back at the 27-yard line. A loss of 6. Once again, Alfred Bullock. And that'll bring up 4th and 13. And Kansas City is going to have to settle for a field goal. This will be a 44-yard field goal attempt by Philip Marks, the 4th-year kicker out of Kentucky. From 44, the snap, the kick is up. And the kick is good. He nailed it. And the Chiefs take a 3-0 lead. 2:53 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from the Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. Week 10, our Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. I was looking at the matchups this week, and the only real marquee matchup record-wise is the Broncos and the Chargers. So that'll be our Sunday night game. A lot of games where you have one team with a good record and one team with a bad record. Marks will kick off. From the goal line, Hill over the 10, 15, 20, 25. And Tommy Hill out to the 26. And that's where the Raiders will have it, 1st and 10. No, G never gave me a pick. And neither did New England fan. So the Raiders down 3-0 with 2:49 left in the first will take over. They went 3 and out on their previous possession. Rookie quarterback out of Miami, Cam Ward, leading the offense. Raiders come out. 4 receivers set wide. Ward in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Yeah, I've not seen him in a while. Ward throws outside to Crosland, and Levi Crosland only picks up a yard. Luke Crosby is right there to make the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 9. Every now and again, but not a whole lot lately. It'll be 2nd and 9 from the 27-yard line. Kansas City's defense playing well early on. The Raiders have yet to get a first down. 2.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Raiders at their own 27. Raiders come out. Ward under center. Ward hands off to Cousins up the middle. Orlando Cousins, a big gain out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 17. First down, Raiders. The 5th year back out of Louisiana Tech, Orlando Cousins. That ought to wake up the Raider offense. We were talking about the best record in the AFC. That's the Jets. They host Cleveland later this week. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Ward to Cousins. And Cousins picks up a yard to the 45-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. Making the tackle, Gregory Banks, the 4th-year defensive end out of Bowling Green. The Jets, by virtue of Seattle's loss yesterday, have the best record in the league at 8-1. On 2nd and 8 from the 45, Ward fakes the handoff, throws downfield, wide open, Jason Siegel. I mean, there was nobody within 20 yards of him, all the way down to the 20-yard line. A 35-yard gain by the tight end in his 12th year out of Tulsa, Jason Siegel. I mean, there's nobody in the picture. And I'm watching on a widescreen. First down, Raiders. And it's 3rd down to the Kansas City, 20-yard line. 1:15 and counting here in the first quarter. Chiefs up 3-0. Raiders now knocking at the door. Ward in the shotgun. Greer in motion. Ward hands off to Cousins. And Orlando Cousins, 4 yards to the 16-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd and 6. Gregory Banks on the tackle again for Kansas City. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. And now the Raiders come out 4 wide. Ward in the shotgun.
Let's go.
Hands off to Casey Law this time. And Law gets back to the line of scrimmage, no gain. Kevin Crawford, the 6th-year defensive end out of Connecticut, on the tackle. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd down for the Raiders, 3rd and 6 from the Kansas City 16-yard line. This might be the last play of the first quarter as well. On 3rd and 6, Ward draws back. Ward looking, throws, caught by Greer, and Greer down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 4. And that's the end of the first quarter. Chiefs up 3-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. Mason Greer on the catch right before the end of the quarter. Gets the Raiders down to the 2-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2. Greer in his 4th year out of Louisiana Monroe. Raiders now looking to take the lead as the Chiefs lead at 3-0 as we start the second quarter. Our Week 10 Thursday night game to kick off the week. In the offset eye, Ward under center. Ward takes the handoff, rolls out, throws, gets it out to White. And White down to the 1-yard line. Ricardo White, the rookie tight end out of McNeese State. Just a gain of a yard. Luke Crosby on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. We'll have a triple header tomorrow night. We'll be on a little bit later than we normally are on a Saturday. We'll be on at 6 o'clock Eastern time, 3 o'clock Pacific. After the touchdown or after this series, I'll tell you the lineup for tomorrow, our 3 games. And we'll have 3 games on Sunday, also at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We won't have any games for you Monday. I've got an evening baseball game on the radio Monday night. Second and goal from the 1-yard line in the I formation. Ward to Law, and Casey Law's in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Casey Law in his second year out of Navy. And the Raiders take a 6-3 lead. Evil Dead likes that. And now Dylan Lang, who hit a 64-yard field goal last night, setting a new record for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. Raiders lead at 7-3 with 7:29 left to play here in the first half. All right, our triple header for you tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern time. Here's the lineup. It'll be Washington at Philadelphia, Buffalo at Tampa Bay, and Detroit at Miami. And then on Sunday, the triple header will be Indianapolis at Cincinnati, Seattle at New Orleans, and Minnesota at Green Bay. Dylan Lang will kick off for the Raiders. From the 2-yard line, out over the 10, 15, 20, 25. On the return, number 24, C.J. Wright, out to the 27-yard line. And that's where the Chiefs will have it, 1st and 10. Who do these teams play next week in Week 11? Well, I'm here to tell you. Let's see. Kansas City will host Houston. And the Raiders next week will host New Orleans in Week 11. We're in Week 10. We're in the second half of the season. Not quite in the home stretch, but we're getting there. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. 4 wide. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend to Manning, and Von Manning across the 30 out to the 32, a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd and 5. Making the tackle, Dwayne Jefferson, the second-year safety out of Hampton College. I believe that one's in Virginia. 2nd and 5 from the 32-yard line. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend to Manning, and Von Manning 2 yards out to the 34-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd and 3. Damian Snow on the tackle. My allergies are acting up again. Anytime I spend time outside, they just kick in the high gear. 3rd and 3. Thank you, Evil Dead. Townsend on 3rd down, back to throw. Rolls out. And Townsend gets taken down at the 33. A loss of just a yard, but it's still a sack. Leighton Cripps on the sack. The 10th-year defensive tackle out of Kansas State. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Kansas City is going to have to punt. His speed didn't get him out of that one. Cripps had the angle on him. Is it just me, or do the Raiders, it just feels better that they're in Oakland? I mean, this is where they should be. 4th and 4. Kenneth Arnold back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 21-yard line. Making the fair catch is Levi Crosland, the 4th-year receiver out of Virginia. 1st and 10 Raiders. I mean, the Oakland Raiders. I just have a hard time saying Las Vegas Raiders. They probably will not. They have plans to tear down the Coliseum. And Oakland will probably never, ever get a professional team again now that everybody's gone. Even the Warriors are across the bay in San Francisco now. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. 4 wide. Ward under center. Ward to Cousins up the middle, and Cousins makes his way out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 11. And that'll be a Raider first down. I remember in the 1970s when the Raiders were good, perennially good, and the A's were always good. Oakland was a sports town to contend with. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. Ward hands off to Law. Casey Law back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. He'll be actually loss of a yard. Be second and 11. On the tackle there, Gregory Banks once again. Well, the A's in the 70s were awesome. Well, even those teams in the 80s that won that World Series against the Giants and that team that got swept by the Reds, but they were still good. Second and 11 from the 32-yard line. Four wide. Ward in the shotgun. Second and 11.
Here we go. What? 90.
Ward draws back. Ward looking, throws, caught by Clymer. And Peyton Clymer out to the 49-yard line, a gain of 17. And that'll be a Raider first down. There was a time, and I think some people are too young to remember this, but there was a time in the 70s and the early 80s where nobody wanted to play the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders were just, they were feared, and because they were just so good year after year after year. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. Ward under center. Ward to Cousins. And Cousins 2 yards out to the Chief 49-yard line. And that'll bring up second and 8. Oh, yeah, they were good. And it made for some great rivalries, especially that Raiders-Steeler rivalry. They met 5 times in the AFC Championship game in the 70s. Who didn't want to watch a Raiders-Steeler game back then? Second and 8 from the 49. Ward to Cousins. And Cousins out to the 44-yard line, a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up third and 3 at the Kansas City 44-yard line. But even the games in the division back in the 70s, you didn't want to miss those either, when the Raiders played the Broncos, Chiefs, and Chargers. In the I formation, third down. White in motion. Ward, play action, rolls out, throws downfield, caught by White. And Ricardo White down to the 29-yard line. A gain of 15. Another Raider first down. Yeah, Pittsburgh can match them. I mean, just, look at all the Hall of Fame players that came out of the Raiders and Steelers in the 70s. I mean, a bunch. And not to mention 2 great coaches, Madden and Knoll for the Steelers. First and 10 from the 29-yard line. Raiders on the move. Ward under center, 4 receivers set wide. Ward hands off to Cousins. And Orlando Cousins out to the 21. A gain of 8. And that's going to bring up second and 2. That's why, at least for me, because I have those memories when I was a youngin', it's fun for me when the Raiders are good. It's fun for me when the Steelers are good on my sim season, because it brings back memories. Oh my gosh. Lambert was a beast. Second and 2 from the 21-yard line. Ward under center. Ward to Cousins. And Orlando Cousins picks up the first down. A gain of 5 to the 16-yard line. First and 10 Raiders. This is a nice drive by Oakland. Just driving down the field. And that might take us to the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they get the playoff. It'll be first and 10 for the Raiders at the Chiefs' 16-yard line. in the I formation. They get the playoff. Ward to Law. Inside, and Law down to the 3-yard line. 2-minute warning. Raiders up 7-3 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, Oakland, California. We're at the 2-minute warning in the first half. The Raiders lead the Chiefs 7-3. It'll be first and goal from the Kansas City 3-yard line. Oh my goodness, that team was loaded. Ward throws inside to Clymer, touchdown. Raiders, a 3-yard touchdown catch by Peyton Clymer, the 9th-year receiver out of Tennessee. And the Raiders go up by 2 scores now, 13-3. But back then in the 70s, it was easier to keep a team together. They didn't have the salary cap and free agency the way we know it today. Dylan Lang for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Raiders lead it 14-3, 1:54 left to play here in the first half. Yeah. The biggest difference between free agency then and free agency now, there was no such thing as an unrestricted free agent back then. You played until your contract was over, then you could sign with anybody. It was all restricted free agents back then. If you're unrestricted today, a team can make you an offer and the team you're with has to match it. They didn't have that back then. So it was easier to keep your core team together back then. Lang will kick off for the Raiders. About 5 yards deep, Brett Anderson will field the kickoff. He'll take a knee. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Well, the Chiefs scored first, but the Raiders have scored often. They take a 14-3 lead. Let's see if Kansas City can't get back in this game. 1:54 left in the half. After watching that game last night, knowing they were playing the Chiefs tonight, I thought this would be a bigger blowout. 5 wide, Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend back, looking. Townsend throws outside, caught by Rashard Swift up the sideline, and Swift is out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A gain of 18, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock with 1:48 left in the half. First down, Kansas City. Misty brought me a bowl of my favorite ice cream. Can you guess what my favorite flavor is? It's a polarizing flavor. Most you either like it or you don't. What is my favorite flavor of ice cream? 1st and 10 from the 43. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend back. Throws near side. Is nearly picked off. Broken up by the linebacker. Ben Porter in his 6th year out of Alabama. Had he caught that, it would have been 6. Justin Vaden, the tight end, the intended receiver. Nobody wants to guess my favorite ice cream. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend looking. Throws near side, caught by Cooper. And James Cooper across midfield to the Raider 41-yard line. A gain of 16. Chiefs in the hurry up. Townsend in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Townsend looking. Throws near side. Vaden down the sideline. Down to the 18. A gain of 23 to Justin Vaden, the 11th year tight end out of Tennessee. And the Chiefs have moved downfield quickly, trying to get a score before halftime. I'm eating a bowl of mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's my favorite. First and 10 from the 18-yard line. Townsend under center. Under a minute to play in the half. Townsend throws, caught by Graham, and Trey Graham out to the 3-yard line. A gain of 15. He gets out of bounds to stop the clock. The Chiefs have not used a timeout on this drive. Beautiful drive by Kansas City. Trey Graham in his 5th year out of the University of Washington. It'll be first and goal, Kansas City at the Raider 3. Chiefs trying to make it a one-score game before halftime. Chiefs come out 4 wide. Townsend under center. Townsend looking, throws, caught by Kerwin, and Kerwin can't quite get in. A 2-yard gain. Tom Kerwin, the rookie tight end out of Oklahoma. Kansas City takes a timeout. They have 2 left with 50 seconds left in the half. Second and goal from the 1-yard line. Chiefs still have 2 timeouts. Nice drive right before half for Kansas City. I already told them. Nobody guessed it. Townsend under center on second down. Single back. Townsend, 3-step drop. Rolls out, in trouble, throws, and throws it away. Couldn't find a receiver open. And that'll bring up third and goal. That'll stop the clock with 45 seconds left here in the first half. Third and goal from the 1. This is a huge third down. Townsend in the gun. Townsend drops, rolls out, and gets sacked back at the 13-yard line. Coming in to make the sack on the safety blitz, Dwayne Jefferson. Out of Hampton in his 2nd year. A loss of 12 yards back to the 13-yard line, be 4th and goal. And Kansas City will have to settle for 3. It'll still make it a 1-possession game. This will be a 30-yard field goal attempt by Philip Marks. Unless they go for it, which I don't think they will. Not at this point in the game. So Philip Marks from 30 yards to pull them to within 8. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. And the Raiders' lead is now 14-6 with 37 seconds left here in the first half. Yeah, that's amazing. In the last 4 games, every team that you have picked to win has not allowed a touchdown. Well, at least Kansas City has 2 field goals in this one. 37 seconds left in the half. Raiders up 14-6. Philip Marks will kick off. Raiders still have 37 seconds to work with. Let's see what they can do. The Raiders get the second half kickoff as well. There's the kick from the 2-yard line. Levi Crossland over the 20-25. A flag is down as Crossland is down at about the 28-yard line. He was tackled by the kicker, Marks.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Oh,
Defense.
face mask on the Chiefs. On Cameron Alford. Tack on 15 yards. Raiders now,
First down.
they have a shot to score again before halftime. They have the ball at their own 43-yard line with 34 seconds left. They can get into field goal range. They only need about 25 to 30 yards to get to field goal range and make it a 2-score game before halftime. Just one game tonight. We'll have a triple header tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern. 4 wide, 1st and 10. Ward in the shotgun. Cousins in motion. Ward back. Ward throws, and it's knocked down. Incomplete. Looking for Jason Siegel, but knocking it down. The linebacker, Leon Holmes, in his 4th year out of Arkansas. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. That stops the clock. Yeah, that made me sad. I liked him. He was great in Tombstone. Absolutely phenomenal in that movie. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Ward back. Ward throws, and it's picked off. Luke Crosby picks it off for Kansas City at the 41-yard line. I'll be your Huckleberry. And the Raiders blow an opportunity to score before halftime as Ward throws a pick to Crosby. And now the Chiefs will get it back. Oh, yeah. That movie was okay, but I liked Tombstone. I also liked The Saint. He was good in that movie. His Batman movie was okay. He was great in Top Gun. But you know what movie I really enjoyed him in? Top Secret. That movie is just so funny. There were a lot of movies like that in the 80s. The Naked Gun movies. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. The Chiefs take over. Townsend back. Townsend throws, gets it out to Cooper. Down the sideline, and Cooper all the way down to the Raider 41-yard line. A gain of 18. And they stop the clock with 18 seconds left. The Chiefs now with an opportunity to get into field goal range. They need about 10 to 15 more yards for a decent shot. But Top Secret is such a funny movie. It stands up even today. I mean, that movie is so funny. 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend drops back. Townsend throws. Caught by Graham. Nope, incomplete. Broken up. Breaking up the pass. Cole Harper, the 3rd-year linebacker out of Kentucky. 13 seconds left in the half. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs at the Raider 41-yard line. We're approaching halftime. On 2nd and 10, Townsend under center. Townsend drops back. Throws down the middle. Caught by Vaden. Down to the 19. A gain of 22 yards. And the Chiefs quickly take a timeout with 8 seconds left. And from here, it would be a 36-yard field goal to pull them to within 5. But Weird Science was a good movie, too. The 80s had a lot of great movies. Let's see what Kansas City does here. Do they take a shot? They have a timeout. They might be tempted to. They're going to take a shot. It's got to be quick. There's only 8 seconds left. They do have a timeout, so the whole field is wide open. Townsend under center. Townsend looking. Throws. Caught by Cooper. Wide open. Touchdown. Kansas City. James Cooper, in his 8th year out of Texas Christian, was left wide open in the left side of the end zone. I mean, there was nobody. Nobody within 15 yards of him. Kansas City will probably just go for 1. Yep. Phillip Marks for the extra point to make it a 1-point game. The kick is up, and it's good. It was the second half they'd probably go for 2. The Raiders lead it 14-13 with 4 seconds left. Great drive. Great couple of drives by Kansas City to score a couple of touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of this half. Yeah, Kelly LeBrock back in the 80s. If you look at her today, though, she really let herself go. She's not one to look at, unfortunately. She had to deal with health problems and some drug problems, but she's looking rough. So the Raiders' lead is now down to 1. And Philip Marks will kick off for the Chiefs. Davis in the house. Good to see you, Davis. Misty says hi from the 5-yard line. Crosland brings it back. And Levi Crosland out to about the 30-yard line. And that's halftime. Halftime score, Raiders 14, Chiefs 13. Here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, Oakland, California. We go to the second half in this one. The 3-6 Chiefs, the 7-2 Raiders. The Raiders lead at 14-13 as we get set to start the third quarter. Raiders led it 13-3 at one point, and the Chiefs have scored 10 quick points to make it 14-13. And Kansas City gets the second half kickoff. They can actually take the lead. There's the kickoff. It'll be fielded by Wright at the 3-yard line over the 10, 15, 20, 25. C.J. Wright out to the 38-yard line in his 8th year out of SMU. A nice return for Kansas City. And the Chiefs have the momentum right now. Jim Townsend comes out to lead the offense. 7:55 left to play here in the third quarter. The Chiefs not mathematically eliminated yet, but at 3-6, a lot would have to happen for them to make the playoffs. The Raiders, on the other hand, at 7-2, they're in first place. Townsend in the I formation. Townsend, play action, looking. Throws downfield, caught by Cooper, out to the 47-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards and a first down for Kansas City. Got a good crowd here on this Friday. Friday's another rough day to get viewers. Thursday and Friday seems to be the two roughest days. Sunday is the easiest day to get viewers. Everyone tunes in Sunday night for some reason. Misty's here. 1st and 10, Kansas City from the Raider 47-yard line. In the I formation, Townsend under center. Townsend fakes the handoff, throws, caught by Cooper, out to the 30-yard line. That'll be a gain of 17 yards and a Kansas City first down. I tell you what, momentum has definitely shifted in this game. It's on Kansas City's side. The Raiders were up 13-3, but now the Chiefs are looking to take the lead. They're in field goal range, down by 1. It'll be 1st and 10 from the Raider 30-yard line. Chiefs always play the Raiders tough, though, no matter what the record is. Townsend under center. Townsend to Manning, and Von Manning out to the 23-yard line, a gain of 7, before being tackled by number 51, Bryce Stokes, the third-year linebacker out of Southern Miss. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. .635 and counting here in the third. Chiefs come out in the offset eye. Townsend under center. Townsend fakes the handoff, rolls out, and dumps it outside to Blackshear, the fullback, down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 9. Nash Blackshear, the 6th-year fullback out of Michigan State. And that'll be another Kansas City first down. Finally bringing him down, Gary Payton, not the basketball player, but the linebacker, in his 2nd year out of Arkansas State. 6 minutes now left to play in the third. 4 wide for the Chiefs, 3 to the far side. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend back. Throws near side to Manning. And Von Manning's going to be hit for a loss. A loss of 6. They tried a swing pass, but Leighton Cripps was right there. The 10th-year defensive tackle out of Kansas State. A pass reception for -6 yards. It'll be 2nd and 16 back at the 20-yard line. Didn't fool Cripps at all. He was in the backfield already. .535 and counting. Here in the third quarter. Raiders up by 1, but the Chiefs are threatening. Townsend under center. Townsend. A draw play to Manning, and Von Manning to the 17, a gain of 3. Make it a gain of 4, be 3rd and 12. Damian Snow, the linebacker, on the tackle for the Raiders. Nice drive for the Chiefs here to start the second half. 3rd and 12, 5 wide at the Raiders' 17-yard line. Townsend, empty backfield in the shotgun, takes the snap. Townsend throws near side, caught by Manning. Down to the 7, a gain of 10. He's going to be shy of the first down. Coming up to make the tackle, number 31, Landon Lasser, 3rd-year safety out of Virginia Tech. It'll be 4th down. The Chiefs will kick the field goal. This will be a 24-yard field goal attempt to give Kansas City the lead. Marks' kick is up and good. And the Chiefs have battled all the way back to take a 16-14 lead on the Raiders with 4:26 left to play. Here in the third quarter. Live from the Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. Week 10, our Thursday night game to kick off the week here at Jammin' Sports. We'll have a triple hitter tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern time. We'll go over that lineup again for tomorrow. It'll be the Redskins at the Eagles, the Bills at the Bucks, and the Lions and the Dolphins. There's the kickoff. Hill, 2 yards deep, brings it out. And Tommy Hill, the rookie out of Nebraska, out to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Raiders will take over. Raiders have it 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line. Still only down by 2. A lot of football left in this one. 4:22 left in the third quarter. 3 wide to the near side. Ward in the shotgun. 1st and 10.
Let's go. What? 90.
Ward fakes the handoff, throws near side to Franklin, and he gets nailed for a 2-yard loss by Luke Crosby. Crosby's been everywhere. The 6th-year safety out of UNLV. Loss of a yard, be 2nd and 11. JT Franklin, the fourth-year receiver out of SMU. Four minutes left now in the third. 2nd and 11 for the Raiders. They come out in the I formation. Ward to Cousins, and Cousins gets taken down. A loss of 2 more. The Chiefs' defense has really stepped up. Kevin Crawford on the tackle for Kansas City. And that'll bring up 3rd and 14. Yeah, they started off strong in this game, but they're petering it out here. I mean, it's just 3rd and 14 from the 18-yard line.
Come on, let's go.
5 wide, empty backfield for Ward on 3rd down. Ward draws back, throws down the middle, caught by Clymer. But he's not going to get the first down. He gains 10 out to the 28-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 4. Making the tackle for the Chiefs is Jace Porter, the linebacker. Number 55 right there. It'll be 4th and 4. And Caleb Swayze will come in to punt. In his 16th year out of Baylor, Swayze gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 25-yard line by C.J. Wright. And the Chiefs are up by 2. We'll get the ball back with 2:54 left to play. It's a lot different playing a divisional foe than playing somebody from the other conference like the Raiders did last night. Chiefs will have it 1st and 10 from their own 25. 3 receivers to the near side. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend to Manning up the middle, and Von Manning makes his way out to the 33-yard line. A gain of 8. Make it a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Davis, I'm not going to beat a dead horse anymore. It is what it is. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 33-yard line. Chiefs come out. 3 receivers to the near side. Townsend in the shotgun. 2nd and 1. Townsend pump fakes. Townsend gets the first down and makes his way out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 11 on the scramble. Jim Townsend in his 3rd year out of Washington State. This would be a major upset if the Chiefs come back to win this. Well, I understand that, Davis, but you say it every time you come in. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just every time. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Townsend under center.
All right, here we go.
Townsend looking. Throws to Kerwin. And Kerwin crosses midfield and gets out to the 47-yard line. A 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1. Tom Kerwin, the rookie tight end out of Oklahoma. 135 and counting. Boy, momentum really on Kansas City's side. Townsend in the shotgun. 2nd and 1 from the Raider 47. Townsend looking. Throws, and that was off. Big time. He threw it at the feet of Cole Harper, the linebacker. And that'll bring up 3rd and 1 from the Raider 47-yard line. Rashard Swift was in the area. It'll be 3rd and 1 for the 47-yard line. Single back. Townsend under center. Townsend to Manning. Gets the first down. A big gain by Von Manning out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 15 for the 6th year back out of Hawaii. First down, Chiefs. It would be nice If I can average 75 viewers, I'll get paid for this. Nowhere close to that. 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line, under a minute to play. In the I formation. From the Raiders 32-yard line, Townsend, play action. Townsend rolls out, in trouble. And Townsend throws down the sideline to Blackshear, the tight end. He got open. A 15-yard gain down to the 17-yard line. Nash Blackshear on the catch there. I think the other teams in the NFL might want to watch this film. The Chiefs are showing how to beat the Raiders. Kansas City, if they score a touchdown, they're up by 2 scores. We're coming up on the end of the third quarter. We're down to 20 seconds. Townsend in the shotgun from the Raiders 17-yard line. First down. Townsend back. Throws, dumps it off to Vaden. And Justin Vaden down to the 9. A gain of 8 yards. Make it 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. And that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Chiefs up 16-14 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, Oakland, California. Our Week 10 Thursday night game to kick off the week. The surprising Kansas City Chiefs lead the Oakland Raiders 16-14. And Kansas City will have it 2nd and 3 from the Raider 9 as we start the 4th and final quarter. Raiders defense needs a stop, a turnover, something. 2nd and 3, Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend to Manning up the middle, and Von Manning picks up the first down, a gain of 4, down to the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Chiefs. Again, let me just remind everybody while you're here, we'll be back tomorrow night. We're just doing one game tonight. I have stuff I need to do. We'll have a triple header tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern time. It'll be the Redskins and the Eagles, and that'll be followed by the Bills and the Bucks, and that'll be followed by the Lions and the Dolphins. It all starts at 6 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, 3 Pacific time. Misty will be here. 1st and goal from the 5. Manning gets slung down into the end zone. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run by Von Manning. And Kansas City, they're up by 8, 22-14, about to go up by 9. Xander Hackney, the defensive tackle, he actually threw Manning into the end zone, trying to sling him down. You have to kind of know where you are. And now the extra point to put the Chiefs up by 9. Philip Marks. Kick is up, and it's good. And the Chiefs lead it 23-14. A 2-possession lead for Kansas City with 7:29 left to play. Major upset brewing here. Major upset. Maybe Evil Dead was onto something. He said the Raiders might be tired. They played last night. A short week for the Raiders. They had the Sunday night game. They turn around and play the Thursday night game. Philip Marks will kick off for Kansas City. Up by 9. There's the kick. Crossland for the 2-yard line over the 20. And Levi Crossland out to the 29-yard line. And that's where the Raiders will take over. It was 7:25 left. 20 unanswered Kansas City points. to take a 23-14 lead. In the long term, yes, they'll find a way. If not, somebody will buy them out. That's the way business goes. Somebody will buy them, do a better job. That's how it always goes. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Ward in the shotgun. 1st and 10. Ward looking, throws, caught by Siegel. Down the sideline, Jason Siegel. A big gain for the Raiders. All the way down to the 34-yard line. 37 yards, Jason Siegel. A big play for the Raiders. They flipped the field. They're in Kansas City territory. Finally run down and tackled by the safety, Steve Warner, in his 12th year at a Temple. You're welcome, Davis. I just don't fixate on these things, Davis. And to be honest with you, I think you'd be a happier guy if you wouldn't fixate on EA so much. It is what it is. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 34-yard line. 4 wide. Ward back. Ward looking. Ward throws deep. And he's got a man. Franklin, touchdown. It takes the Raiders 2 plays. JT Franklin, 34 yards. And just like that, the Raiders are back in the game. Didn't take Oakland long. 2 plays. And they hit pay dirt. Great catch by JT Franklin, the 4th-year receiver out of SMU. And now they want to look at the replay, but it should stand. Don't count out the Raiders just yet. Let's see what the replay official says. It looks to me like it was a good catch. And it's still on the board. Ruling on the field stands. A good touchdown. And the Raiders draw to within 3. They'll just kick the extra point here. Dylan Lang will come on. And that gets the Raiders right back in it. I can't get over how quickly they scored. The extra point's up and good. 23-21, the Chiefs lead it. 7:05 left to play here in the 4th quarter. And what is turning into an exciting finish here at the Oakland Coliseum. Week 10 here at Jammin' Sports. Our Thursday night kickoff game of the week. We'll have a triple header tomorrow at 6 Eastern and a triple header Sunday at 6 o'clock Eastern as well. I have games on the radio Monday and Tuesday. I was looking at my schedule. So after Monday and Tuesday, we'll be back. Well, we'll have a triple header tomorrow, Sunday, and then be back on Wednesday of next week. Dylan Lang will kick off. Raiders still trail by 2. Anderson, 2 yards deep, brings it out. Brett Anderson. And Anderson out to the 25-yard line. And that's where Kansas City will take over. Just over 7 minutes left in regulation. Jim Townsend comes back out. Quarterback for the Chiefs. Can the Raiders defense now get a stop? They haven't been able to stop the Kansas City offense as of late. Can they swing momentum their way? 1st and 10. 5 receivers wide, 4 to the near side. Townsend in the shotgun. Townsend looking. Rolls out. Steps up and throws. It's Swift on the deflection. It was almost picked off by Jason Law. And he tips it right to Rashard Swift. A 9-yard gain for Kansas City. I was about to yell interception. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's exactly how they drew it up in the playbook. 2nd and 1 from the 34-yard line. Townsend under center. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Vaughn Manning 2 yards out to the 36-yard line. And he picks up the first down. And now Kansas City can eat up more time, 6:15 and counting. Darian Snow on the tackle, the linebacker. Chiefs still are up by 2. Still be a major upset. Kansas City comes out. Townsend under center.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Swift in motion. Townsend draws back. Throws across the middle to Rashard Swift. Across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 15. And that'll be a Kansas City first down. Kansas City's got something going now where the Raiders can't stop them. .538 and counting. 1st and 10 Kansas City at the Raider 49. Chiefs come out 5 wide. Townsend in the shotgun. Back to throw. Throws outside. Oh, nearly picked off. Broken up by Landon Lasser, the safety. Had he held on, that was 6. Hit him in the bad spot, his hands. That's why he plays defense. 2nd and 10 from the 49 of the Raiders. 5:23 left. Kansas City comes out. Townsend under center on 2nd and 10. Townsend to Manning, and Manning picks up 5 to the 44 before being taken down by Damian Snow, the linebacker. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Raiders, or for the Chiefs, excuse me, at the Raider 44-yard line. Time becoming a factor now, coming up on 5 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Chiefs up by 2. The Raiders have to get a stop. 3 wide to the far side. Townsend fakes the handoff, throws, and Cooper makes the catch down the sideline. James Cooper down to the 15-yard line. A 29-yard catch. James Cooper dragging a Raider with him down the sideline. 1st and 10 Kansas City. He had Jefferson on his back. Dwayne Jefferson finally brings him down. Watching Kansas City tonight, you wonder how they're only 3 and 6. They always play well against the Raiders for some reason. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Everybody in tight, single back. Townsend to Manning, and Manning fumbles, and the Raiders come up with it. The Raiders defense comes up with a huge turnover. Damian Snow recovers the fumble. Vaughn Manning coughs it up. Who made the hit? Payton. Gary Payton, the linebacker, makes the hit, jarring the ball loose. The 2nd-year linebacker out of Arkansas State. And that's the turnover the Raiders needed. And now Cam Ward comes back out. All the Raiders need is a field goal. They're down 23-21. 4:19 left. That's the way the Raiders season is gone. They lost opening day. They played sloppy to the Steelers. But the Raiders have gone 7-1 since. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Ward, back to throw. Gets it out to Siegel. And Jason Siegel out to the 19, a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3. But during that 7-1 stretch, the Raiders always seem to find the play when they need it. 4 minutes left. 2nd and 3 from their own 19-yard line. Cam Ward under center.
Come on, let's go.
Ward, play action. Watch out. Oh, the Chiefs brought the house. Trey Schiller sacks him back at the 10-yard line. A loss of 9 yards. It'll be 3rd and 11. Schuler in his 12th year out of Oregon, the linebacker. I mean, the Chiefs just brought the house. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Raiders. This is a huge 3rd down. They might go for it on 4th down. I think they would with 3:35 and counting. A 2-point Kansas City lead. Raiders come out. Well, we finally got ourselves a good game. The last 3 were blowouts. Ward in the shotgun on 3rd and 11. Siegel in motion. Ward fakes the handoff. Ward steps up, throws, caught by Crosland, out of bounds at the 28. A gain of 18 and a Raider first down. Levi Crosland, the 4th-year receiver out of Virginia. That is a huge conversion for the Raiders. And they also stop the clock as he steps out of bounds. Heads up play by Crosland. First down, Raiders. They have it at their own 28. They have to get in the field goal range. 3:16 left. 4 wide. Ward in the shotgun. Ward draws back. Throws outside to Siegel. Turns upfield. Gets out to the 37, a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and inches. As we hit the 3-minute mark. Dooley on the tackle. That's Cameron Dooley, the rookie safety out of Kentucky from college football 25. 2nd and inches from the 37-yard line. Raiders come out 4 wide. Ward under center. Ward to Cousins. And Cousins trying to pick up the first down. He doesn't. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, though. Kevin Crawford on the tackle. And that'll bring up 3rd and inches. We're down to 2:34 and counting. 2-minute warning coming up. Big 3rd down again for the Raiders. Ward in the shotgun. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Ward fakes the handoff. Throws outside to Siegel. Turns upfield. Across midfield to the 48. A gain of 15 in the Chief territory. First down, Raiders. As we watch the replay, that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Kansas City up 23-21 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to the Oakland Coliseum, Oakland, California. We got a barn burner going on here between the Chiefs and the Raiders. Chiefs lead at 23-21. 2 minutes left, both teams with 3 timeouts. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Kansas City 48-yard line. The Chiefs at 3 and 6 trying to score the upset. The Raiders at 7 and 2. Ward, 1st and 10, under center. Ward, 3-step drop. Now he rolls out, throws, gets it out to Greer, and Mason Greer fumbles, and the Chiefs pick it up. Mason Greer caught the pass, but it was ripped away by Zach Kellogg, I do believe. No, it was ripped away by number 59, Leon Holmes. And Kellogg, I think, picked it up. Yes, he did. The safety. And now the Chiefs get it back. And the Raiders are going to have to start using their timeouts. Kansas City will have it at their own 37 with 1:55 left. Just when you thought the Raiders might take the lead. Fumbleitis. And the Chiefs hold on and get the upset. Kansas City in the I formation. Townsend under center. Townsend hands off to Manning. And Manning doesn't get much, a yard. And the Raiders take a timeout, maybe a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. Raider defense was right there. taken down by Brandon Ryan, the defensive end, number 91. 1:51 left. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Chiefs at their own 38. Raiders still have 2 timeouts. Oakland trying to force a 3 and out. Raiders tried to stay at least 1 game behind the Jets for the best record in the AFC. Chiefs come out in the eye. Townsend under center. Townsend to Manning. And Manning again gets 4 yards that time, out to the 42-yard line. Raiders take their 2nd timeout. Make it a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs at their own 42. If the Chiefs get a first down here, they can pretty much wrap it up. The Raiders have to get a stop. 1:46 left. 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs at their own 42-yard line, up by 2. So this 3rd down, for all intents and purposes, is ball game right here if the Raiders don't get the stop. Townsend under center on 3rd and 5. Townsend to Manning, and Manning picks up the first down out to the 48-yard line. A gain of 10, and the Raiders take their final timeout. And that might do it. Well, to be honest with you, the Chiefs played well. I don't want to take anything away from the Chiefs. They played well. But the Raiders really shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. They kind of beat themselves tonight. The Raiders are going to drop to 7 and 3. They'll still be in first place by a game and a half over the Broncos and Chargers. And the Broncos and Chargers play later this week. And the Chiefs will go to 4 and 6. Major upset. 1st and 10 from the Raider 48-yard line. Townsend hands off to Manning, and Von Manning to the 44, a gain of 4. Raiders can't stop the clock. Damian Snow on the tackle. 1:30 and counting. Well, the Raiders are going to have to regroup. They'll host New Orleans next week. 2nd and 6 from the 44. We're down to about a minute. In the I formation. Townsend to Manning. Manning gets nailed by Snow at the 45 and get a loss of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 7. But this is going to tick under 40 seconds. In Kansas City, all they got to do is take a knee. Misty has said goodnight at 8:49 Central. Again, we'll be back Saturday, tomorrow night, at 6 o'clock Eastern time with a triple header. 3rd and 7. The Chiefs in the victory formation. Townsend takes a knee, and they don't have to snap it again. And the Chiefs are going to come to Oakland and get the upset. A stunning loss for the Raiders. As the final seconds will tick away. Your final score, they're going to punt. Well, hold everything. That was not wise. Crosland brings it back, and Crosland finally gets tackled. Ball game. Your final score, Kansas City 23, the Raiders 21. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6 Eastern.